Welcome everyone to Open to Abundance. Let's now start with our initial opening Freeyer. In the name of abundance, the love of money, and the infinity of the multiverse. To begin with, abundance is not only the pleasure but also the withdrawal phase, the pain, the cyclical moments of happiness, sadness that envelops the contentment and satisfaction of everything. Money is everything, but everything is not money. You can buy the whole world, but the world is not all about you. It is really a fine wine to be simply just be you. To be open to the pieces of the puzzles is to go to the paradise of the paradoxes and be finally free yourselves from yourselves for yourselves. Unnamed. Our topic for today is about jokes. Yeah. So who makes the jokes? The joker, right? It's simple joker. So another term for the joker are the trickster, right? Uh, and what do they do? They do many wonderful things like the lies. They teach us about the facade, and they teach also us about the deception and its brotherhood. What do you call that? Manipulation, right? So so now at least we now know what circles the term jokes. It's literally the word joker, trickster, lies, facade, deception, manipulation. And now we're okay for that. So now we can now move on to the matrix of the jokes. We now have our favorite Cartesian plane again. So for the center, we will put the term the jokes, right? Jokes. So as metrics from left to right, I think we will have the classification of the light and the dark. So we're gonna put on the left the term dark, and we're gonna put on the right the term light. So as for the metrics from top to bottom, we will put the public and private. As for what do you call to that? For making it uh, expanded on the inside and on the outside, the jokes. There's jokes inside of us, and there's jokes outside of us, right? So we're gonna put public on the top and private at the bottom. So now we're done with the cross. Dark, light, public, private, jokes. So for the first quarter, we're gonna combine the jokes in public. That is a light joke, right? Light jokes. So in public, I think it will correlate to the term comedy, right? It's a light joke, light comedy in public. So who does the comedy? The comedian. So we're gonna put the term comedian in the first quarter. So for the second quarter, we have jokes in the light for private. So inside ourselves, right? It's just like the one who drinks a alcohol, a drunk is a form of narcissist, right? Narcissist. It's very good to get drunk, and we made fun of ourselves in private. So that's it. Even if you go drunk and you make a joke into other people, you're still looking at yourself selves, and you are joking. You are reflecting the mirrors. So I think the term narcissist is the right term for the second quarter. Narcissist. Okay, now we're done with the second quarter. We can now move on to the third quarter. So this is a combination of dark jokes in private. So I think it will refer to the term uh, psychopath, right? Psychopath is not a bad thing. It's just a combination of the word psycho and path. Means inside the mind and the towards path. Right? Psychopath. Actually, psychopath thinks more a lot than an average person, right? So they make a dark jokes, but if it is in private, then it's not harmful, right? It's fine to joke with ourselves, that is not harmful. So that's it. For the third quarter, we will put the term psychopath. And for the last quarter, the fourth quarter, dark jokes in public. So I think this refers to the people who manage things in the public. They control the what do you call this, theater and stages. They prepare everything to manage and lead the attention of people, right? You kinda doing a manipulating the attention of the mind. So you know what will happen if you trigger something. You know what the background. You know what the options to be given to the people, right? So it refers to the reverse of the psychopath, which is a sociopath, right? It's not a bad thing. It just means that you kinda have a little control to the public. You make a dark jokes in the public, but it is recommended to be not harmful, right? It's fine to be a sociopath, not in a harmful way. Yeah, because there's a sociopath that give benefits to the public, and there's psychopath that gives benefit to the public, public or in the private sector. So I think that we're done now for the matrix of the jokes. So we're gonna go now to the next. So now that we are in the resolution for the jokes, for the first quarter, we have the comedians. Light joke in the public, right? So what's the problem with the comedians? I think sometimes their jokes becomes dark jokes. So instead of going overboard from light jokes to dark jokes, yeah, I think they gotta need more preparation, right? So if you are a comedian, then you gotta really master your stuff, because some people might hurt from the dark joke that might get over delivered, the light joke that may get over delivered and becomes a dark joke. So yeah, I think mastery is still a thing in comedy. You can just deliver jokes that uh, just to fill the empty stage, right? So that's it. Mastery for being a comedian. To resolve being a comedian, you need to master more. So for the second quarter, we have the term narcissist. So what's the problem with being narcissist? Uh, you're talking to yourself, right? You're looking at the mirror. You're talking to yourself. You don't uh, you don't think about the other people, right? That's it. So I think the solution for that uh, is to, yeah, you look at yourself first. You need to stop, then look at yourself. What is that? It may be called reevaluation of the self, or we need to simply just stop. The word stop, because you can't evaluate yourself if you don't stop. So for the narcissist, we really need to take a breath, then stop, then reevaluate. So I guess the first term is very beneficial to the narcissist. The word stop. Yeah, stop, stop. So for the comedian, they need to master more, and for the narcissist, then they need to stop. Really stop. If they are making jokes to the other people, but in private, it's fine. So the word stop will be to the resolution for the narcissist. And for the third quarter, we have psychopath. Yeah, this is a bit dark. So how do we resolve being a psychopath? Because it refers to thinking inside the mind. You are thinking more. So what's the result for thinking more? The reverse of thinking is acting, right? So I guess the redirection of thinking is acting. We need to redirect our minds into acting instead. So so that's it. The resolution for psychopathy is acting. It's good for private. So I guess acting in private also will reduce the psychopathy of a people, right? Of a person. So that's it for the psychopathy. You just need to act. You just need to leave people alone, because they need to move. They need to exercise. They need to mimic, so they don't think more and more and more. They need to act. They need to enjoy themselves, right? Acting for psychopathy. And for the last quarter, sociopathy. So these are the people who execute things, right? So how we are gonna resolve this? Because I think they need to go private. Just like psychopaths, they need to go private, and they need to give themselves time to think. For psychopath, time to act, time for action, to move their bodies. And for sociopath, they need to think properly, reset their thinking, and in private, they got balance and balancing their thinking. Because if you go overboard in sociopathy, then you will do evil or you will harm people, right? So you gotta put a wall or limit to being a controllable person. You very want a control to your audience, but not that much that you want to own them, right? Just a little control, just to gather for that event is fine. So I think that's it for the comedian. You need to master more, really mastered your talents, your skills, whatever we call it. So for the narcissist, you gotta stop. Yeah, the term stop is very necessary for the narcissist. So that's the first step. Stop and look at yourself. So for the psychopath, action. They need action. You leave them alone and give them time to heal. They don't need more thinking. They need to enjoy themselves in action, in movements, in exercise or whatever they need. And for the sociopath, give them time alone to properly reevaluate their thinking process, so they don't go overboard, hurting people or doing evil. So that's it for the jokes, the resolution for the jokes. Happy Jokes Day for everyone. If it's Jokes Day, that's it. Thank you for watching.